Have you ever noticed that the Kung Fu Panda characters each represent a different kind of martial art? It's pretty common knowledge at this point, but each of the Furious Five actually have a style of Kung Fu that's based off of the animal that they are. And you know what style Po is? The dragon, of course. Dragon. Hello everyone, I am Gollum with a hoodie. I would ask you to like and subscribe, but asking your audience to like and subscribe before you've actually shown them a video is stupid. I'm not aiming this at anyone, I'm just saying it's stupid. I'm Gollum with a hoodie, and today we'll be discussing the brilliance of Kung Fu Panda the Second. This movie is, in my opinion, the best Kung Fu Panda in the entire series. It is the greatest piece of art that DreamWorks has ever made. Not the best movie, but the best piece of art. Yes, that even includes The Prince of Egypt. Remember, I will only be talking about the best piece of art, not the best movie, but the best piece of art. And I have to stress this because for some reason people think that an opinion piece will share either only facts or things that they themselves agree with. Okay, let's just get into reviewing. I think the biggest and most noteworthy thing that I could mention right now before we get into all of the major detail of the movie is definitely that this movie it really keeps the spirit of the original alive, whereas most sequels, or not most, but a lot of sequels will kind of shift the tone and focus in a more lighthearted way. Which is the case with a lot of different DreamWorks movies. DreamWorks is no stranger to kind of bastardizing the tone of their original movies in the second installment. But that really doesn't come across here. In fact, this movie has way more emotion and way more visceral feeling that you get from the experience. And it's really weird to see a sequel that so perfectly encapsulates what made the original special and why everyone loved its emotion. And not to say that DreamWorks can't do this, they've done it tons of times before, and I will be talking about a lot more DreamWorks movies that have done this in the future. I am just waiting for that Puss in Boots: The Last Wish review. I can't wait for that thing. But it is worthy to mention that this movie lives up to the original and keeps the spirit of it alive in such a respectful fashion that it really just you gotta respect how well this movie is able to keep the spirit of the original alive. And that consistency it has speaks to a larger part of how the movie continues to expand the universe and make the world of the original film so much more alive through giving backstory to Po and revealing that, even though it's not really a reveal, but revealing that he's adopted and talking about his mom, because it's a really powerful plot point to have him not really know what he thinks of his parents, and to have Chen kind of make him second guess his own upbringing. But it's ultimately so fulfilling for him to realize in the end that he is who he is, and it's truly just beautiful. And I'm shocked that the film went for such a bittersweet and perfect message to this film for what is essentially a sequel to the funny Jack Black Panda movie. And the original movie had so much emotion too, but this one just outshines it in every regard in terms of the emotion. And another thing and they kept the original tone intact. The characters are all back and just as memorable and likable as they were in the original. The scene at the end where they tease Poe's dad, that was so cool, and it was a perfect lead into the third movie. And what what was originally the end of the trilogy. Gee, I hope Kung Fu Panda 4 is good. Please don't mess it up. Please, that would just DreamWorks. You had a good thing going with Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Please take those lessons you learned on that movie and just apply them to Kung Fu Panda 4. Please, just do it. But yeah, so everything from the original is basically kept perfectly intact, including the pacing, the comedy, the action, and just quality of animation overall. In fact, this one honestly looks better than the first, and it's largely due to the colors, but also I think the action choreography and the way everything's framed is even better and more impressive than the first movie, which is insane because the first movie was like one of the best looking kung fu movies of all time. And this one seems to be even better. And I'm hoping Kung Fu Panda 4 can keep the momentum going. Just please, please don't mess it up, DreamWorks. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention the scene towards the end where Po finds inner peace. It's honestly one of the best scenes in any DreamWorks movie ever, and any animated movie, because, like, man, I like that emotion. That pure, like, magic of film that is being displayed through this scene. It's, like, truly unmatched. And this magic and this emotion through these amazing looking 2D animated segments, and throughout the rest of the film too, all of the encounters with Shen, all of the wonderful choreography and the action sequences, all of the amazing colors, all of the perfectly punctuated score moments with the music, it all comes together to form, in my opinion, the greatest work of art and the greatest statement that DreamWorks has ever made. And it's truly impressive for a company that has made countless cinematic masterpieces for that statement to be applied to it. So, good job, DreamWorks. You really knocked it out of the park with this one. Please don't mess up the fourth. Please, I'm begging you, and everyone's begging you, just don't mess up the fourth. I can't wait to review it.